Hey everyone, Coaster Central here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. This is the B&M Hypercoaster, agreed by many to be the best in America. This is going to be my full in-depth review of this ride, where I talk about the theming, layout and overall ride experience. However, do take my review with a pinch of salt, as I only got 3 rides on this coaster due to some bad weather, to say the least. Okay, Manta was fun, but this does not look good. Also, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one, and let's get straight into the review. When you enter this ride's plaza area, you can see the finale of this ride, as well as its stylish entrance sign. This ride isn't themed, but just more stylized. I mean, it looks great, but it doesn't really have a theme. It's more just sort of like general prop pieces and nice foliage. The ride also has a great looking station. The trains are really nice on this coaster and have great restraints. The clamshells on these hypers are famous for being super comfy, and these are no different and gives you lots of room for airtime. When you exit the station, you head up the massive 200-foot lift, which is also over a massive lake, giving you a great view of the park. You hang over the massive drop before heading down and reaching this ride's top speed of 73 miles per hour. This drop is honestly one of the best elements on the ride, and you get sustained airtime, and it's so good. You rise back up into a massive overbanked turn before dipping back down into a moment of sustained positive G-forces, before flying up into a 5-second floater hill that gives some great airtime. This sends you into a turnaround that gives a good amount of force before hitting another airtime hill. This one may be trimmed, but it still gives some good air. You enter a twisting hill that curves downwards into a small speed hill similar to the one found on Shambhala. It gives great ejector and rides similar to that one on Shambhala. You rise up into the mid-course brake run. However, in my rides, it didn't really slow you down at all, so you do get a great lateral snap, as well as an airtime pop heading off it. You rise up into another airtime hill that gives just as good airtime as the last. You enter a series of twists and turns above the station before dipping down, with one final beautiful-looking swoop over a lake before ending the ride. So, this coaster is obviously incredible. It has an amazing setting, some great moments, and a banger colour scheme. I mean, this ride is just beautiful, and that final turn over the water is one of the prettiest elements on any coaster. Too bad there isn't a category for looks when I rank it out of 10. For pacing, this coaster gets an 8. It has some pretty fast moments, however most of the time you're just really high up and going slowly over airtime hills. For airtime, this ride gets a 10 out of 10. Do I really need to explain why? It's a B&M Hyper. These things are literally built for airtime, and it definitely delivers. For intensity, this ride gets a 5 out of 10. It has some intense moments, however it's mostly just floaty airtime hills and some intense moments in the valleys. For fear factor, this ride gets a 10 out of 10. It has a massive presence on the park skyline, and I believe it's the tallest coaster in Orlando. So, you can literally see this coaster from, ages away. You'll be driving up to the park and you can just see it in the distance, and you will feel intimidated. And finally, for layout, this coaster gets a 9 out of 10. It has a pretty standard hypercoaster layout, however it does have some unique moments, like the finale and the speed hill. And for the overall score, this coaster gets a 10 out of 10. It's my favourite coaster at SeaWorld, and also one of the best coasters I've ridden. It's in my top 5. So that was my review of Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.